going to be like too strange to look at. So I think what makes yours stand out more than mine is simply that you got darker in there, and it makes the teeth whiter. So okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set that there.
You can use that one.
Oh no, couldn't use it. So
Good try.
so
Yeah,
let's
try.
see where we are. Let's go ahead and work on this just a little bit. So you can see the difference between mine and the photo, because the photo this is a little less shapely in here. You know, it's a little darker, and I kind of I just made the differences here a little. This is a little lighter in here, and you can kind of see the shapes better. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I'm going to do here is get. So that's the other thing. My small palette is gone. It is gone, and so
You mean you've lost it?
I think.
Probably left it on the roof of her car.
Yeah,
That's what I did.
I think I left it in my car. I'm pretty sure I left it in my car, and I think someone else that was unloading the car to put a baby stuff in there may have taken it out and left it somewhere, like on the side of the road or whatever.
Oh, dear.
So I'm not thinking about finding it, but maybe someday I'll find out that I actually have it. I think it's almost impossible that I do. All right, so I had I know what I'd done. I had used some burnt umber with this, I guess I could do this way.
Quinn burnt scarlet.
Do
with
you
the
need
Quinn burnt
another one? I
scarlet.
have an extra.
No,
Okay.
no, this is good. I'm just, so this is kind of what I used in here already. I
Burnt
wanted,
umber
with a Quinn burnt scarlet. Yeah. So, let's just see what this is gonna look like. Maybe I'll just come in here. This is a little redder. I want it to show up as different, and you know, we could use more, I could use more red in here. Now, everybody's is different, so you're not necessarily following what I'm doing here. But I'll just go ahead and put, this is just straight Quinn burnt scarlet. If I add it in both places, there, then it's still darker in here. See it? It kind of has some shape. I think I'll, and like I'm saying, I want you to think of these more as examples of ways you could do it. You may want to give it a little different twist. So I use some coral there just to set that off and separate it. And then we have got a tongue here. And the way to make that tongue look like a tongue,
I didn't know that was a tongue.
yeah, that's a tongue, and so I'm going to change it a little bit from what I had done on the other one. So I'm making it redder. I'm using coral here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a highlight on it. And when you get the highlight on it, it's a tongue. The difference is that I put the highlight further down on the tongue like this, and it makes it look like it's a very round, thick tongue, more like a human tongue or a mammal of some kind. And he's really got a very thin tongue. So the thing that would work best would probably be to add a highlight right there at the very edge, so that it's a highlight on a thin tongue.
So
So-
how are you gonna add that?
Huh?
Are you gonna
Just add some white ink later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about that right now. I do think that I want to get. Oh, he went out and came back in.
No,
No,
Linda
Linda's
snuck
behind
in.
you.
Huh? Where?
I came in.
Oh, there you are. Well, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
The
So,
Lizard Club is here.
so I do want to add some more dark here in the center. I think mine needed it. So you just have to go by what you think yours needs because they're all going to be different. And of course, I should have waited for that to dry before I did it, but I think I'm going to get away with it. All right, so I've got a little more shaping in there. Who knows what that should look like later. Now, one of the things that I think makes this lizard work is that right here on the edge of his, do I dare say lips? You know, there is a little lighter place on him in the photo. You can see it. You can see it right here. And I made it stand out just a little extra. So what I did, let's see, let's just put some color down there. Oh, you know what? Let's get some Quinn Violet. Just because. And I'm glazing it on. But let's just say that I come along here. And you could even, there's little bumpy scale things there. I don't know how much, and I've got a white spot I got to fix. But I don't know how much you want to emphasize that or what you want to do. But I think the lip there does help. So I'm just going to make an edge there, you know, a crisp edge. And then I'm going to fade it down this way. See, so now he's got, oh, I keep wanting to say lips.
They are.
Oh, they always look.
Sort of.
His
Oh.
mouth.
So,
You've never heard the term lizard lips?
oh my gosh, I have.
That's what the guys on MASH used to call Frank all the time.
Well, he did have the first lizard lips.
There you go.
So, something like this, and see, I softened this edge out here.
Looks just like Frank Burns.
On a good day.
Okay, something like that.
Quinn
Now,
Violet.
I used Quinn Violet there. Do not necessarily follow my color scheme. You might want to do something very different. One of the things I was going to mention was that you might, I mean, I don't know what color that
Greenish.
lizard is, but he's got a certain degree of green about him. Well, all that is the blues that I've already got down here, and then you use a little bit of a yellow, well, here's Nicolaizo. If you want it to be really green, see, that's almost got a a green tint to it. So, for instance, I'll just glaze a little bit down here, but you can see how he could go. Oh my, that's really strong.
Fine.
Yeah, because I really don't have that much color on him yet. You could do that, or let's try a little Quinn Gold, see what that does. And that's part of why he's so many different colors, was me just trying to see what it would do. And, oh, I kind of like the two of them there together. And it just sort of, if you get a lot of that over the violet, then it may get a little dull. But you know, a few grays here and there wouldn't hurt anything. So I would say depending on how dark you've gone, you might at this point want to add a different layer of color in. So if I just glaze this, and I wouldn't really want to glaze it evenly overall, but if I did just glaze it evenly, just because I already have bits of the purple, which here it makes a lavender, and bits of the cobalt teal, as I come over them with some yellow, I still get a variety of color underneath that's kind of pretty. You know, a whole lot of the time when you glaze yellow on, it just kind of changes the whole world. Oh, yeah, and I have to say I really like that. Okay, so that should give you enough to start on, okay?
When do we do the stamping?
what, later?
a little bit later.
Okay.
Although you could be doing some stamping as you go. The thing is, on this one, there's a whole lot of really subtle stamping in there. And then some people had stamping that really stood out. So it's just a matter of what you would like to have. Oh, I have to think of where I put the roll of this. It may still
It's
be in
over.
my case.
Oh,
But-
it was,
But you could even be adding stamping even now in some places, some bits of stamping. I'd let that dry first, but it'll be more subtle because you work layers on top of it, and that'll kind of wash some of it back and do things to it. And then also when you stamp, and you notice I stamped outside the lizard too, did that on purpose. That's just a personal preference. But you can also still go in and modify your stamping some where you want to, or if there's a spot that's darker that you didn't want, you could blot it. I think I'll leave that like that. So, there's all kinds of possibilities, and I'll find the rest of this and set it out for you. So, see, I threw some background in here. It's all one color. I don't know, but I just felt like it needed something. And while I was doing it, I took some of the background color and I pulled it in across here a little bit so that he's,
what
in the same
colors
world.
Are those that you
Oh, that's new gamboge and some coral in it. Yeah, you could mix the most gorgeous oranges with the colors that we already have. There's not really a reason to buy an orange unless you just use a lot of orange and you want to make it, have it handy. Okay, here is where we run into a problem. I've seen this happen a lot. You see the lines? They're just a little bit harsh. Now, you did a good thing in that you did stop your lines. Sometimes I see lines coming all the way across, and that creates a problem. All I'm going to say is that I think the lines could break up just a little bit more. And you can see where it makes sort of a hard edge here. That's the other thing. Okay, let's take, maybe this will work. It's your painting, so. No. So you might actually add a little bit of shape with a soft edge, on top of it so that it doesn't
Really?
feel,
Yeah.
so the edge doesn't feel
Yeah.
like a piece of paper.
I knew I had
Yeah.
to do something.
And then, so I got one of these eradicator brushes here. But I was going to suggest just softening an area or two. Doesn't mean you got to get all the way rid of it. But in fact, I won't even blot that because, the paint has moved and it's good like that. But just a break or two in some of these areas. Oh, that eradicator takes up a lot of color too. I'm going to need to be careful here. You may have to put, by the way, I'm loving the color in here. So you may actually have to drop a little color back in. The other thing that you could do though, we can do it right here. If you want to round these areas out a little bit, you could also, these eradicator brushes are real good for that, but any just soft lifting brush, if you lift a little bit more in the interior here, out of what you've already got, you can see how it rounded there? Now, I'm not saying that you want that area rounded, so I could do that on mine here. Because mine has got almost nothing going on there yet. I've been just real backward about doing it. So let's just, well, if it's going to come up. Come on. Pretty please.
Eradicate.
Okay. Yeah. Eradicator needs to eradicate. So can you see how it just put a little bit of curve in there? Could use a little more. Come on. Darn it. There. Okay, now see it's rounded some. So I've got that edge that I don't like. And I'm just even going to just soften a little bit of the edge but keep the line there. There, see, and it's just different. So that kind of thing, we just have to be cautious about having lines that look like they don't quite belong. Here's another place where I could just smudge that edge. Oh, I could make little circles with the corner of the brush. And now it's no longer has that cut out flat look. And all I did was just soften that edge there. Here, do it again right here. So I'm not going all over the thing, I'm just making little circles right there at the edge. And it's doing a wonderful thing there. I could pull a little color in, that way even. You know, it's just fine adjustments, but they make a difference. So that's really all I had to say.